My name is Ogechi Ofodu, and I'm a senior at Lee Summit West. And this piece was inspired by the question that I came up with: should Black people be called African American or Black? I asked several teachers about it and wrote a whole paper on it, and I still couldn't come to a consensus. So I wrote this piece as trying to search through my mind to go more in depth on the subject. So, are you Black? Are you African American? Didn't think there was a difference, neither did I, until I scrolled through the filters of which I perceive this world through my eyes and realized the cultural divide within the brown skin melanin spectrum. So I'll ask again, are you Black? Are you an awaiting stereotypical statistic? Focused on the meaningless, materialistic, a Benz, a Rory, some Jordans, or Rolly? Are you a father of 5 and 4, past due bills to pay, 3 baby mamas, 2 jobs, and 1 God you no longer pray to? Your children either hate or don't know you, no one there, but the dank and some drink to console you. Are you Black? Or are you African American? Yes, overqualified, but still referred to as the new black guy that replaced Jim Duffett. You're the white man's corporate puppet, a placeholder. They're the field to stay given diversity quota. Yes, they know you have a bachelor's in master's in business accounting. Yes, they know at your last firm you were getting a 10% income increase. Yes, they know you handle your business with an iron fist, but when it comes to the big jobs, it's that's all right, Devontae. Let the big boys, parentheses, white boys, handle this, an African American. Or are you just another Igga, pulling your Desert Eagles trigger, bumping H to the Izzo, jigga man, thinking you in your prime, got trap queen by your side, to us really should clock gonna drive by and you die? Engulfed within cliche poetic rhymes pertaining to Black guys. African American or Black, what's your preference? As a matter of fact, have you peeped the difference? Are you an Obama, a King Jr., a Condoleezza Rice? Are you a Kanye, Trayvon, Kelly Price? Have you noticed the difference? Only become the literate house slave are we worthy enough to be graced with a term coined by Jackson as a symbol of cultural belonging to our motherland. But as soon as something goes airy, we revert to the heavily replaceable field Negro, the Black. Have you seen it? The positive correlation with the term African American in headlines. Headlines exclaim, African American president. Will he end all racism? First African American wins prestigious scholarship over thousands. But what about the other headlines? What about the other headlines? The negative connotation of Black in the same headlines. 24-year-old Black man suspected of first-degree murder. They murmur his name and fervor, ecstatically awaiting incriminating proof to try intimidating a Black, but white folks always try imitating us Blacks. And what about our younger? Headline screeches: unruly Black youth plus the plaza equals more trouble. They struggle, knowing in the back of their Black minds that just because of the way they walk and the way they talk and the shade of their dermals that they just may end up in a coffin. Maybe that's why they shouted, put them in a coffin. We permanized our own demise and made it a game, but who's to blame, us or them? Racism? No. Microaggression. Daily indignities, whether intentional or not, that communicate derogatory racial slurs or slights towards people of color, or in layman's terms, how non-ethnic people respond to things they refuse to understand, aka ignorant stupidity at its finest. I've asked a lot of questions, so let me repeat my thesis. Are you Black? Are you African American? Have you noticed that there's a difference? Have you noticed that we didn't create the difference the indifferent other races did? Have you noticed that there isn't a difference? Maybe yes, within the skin tones of everyone on the brown spectrum, but your decision is truly personal reflection. Go ahead and decide your side. I know mine. Just note that nature best nurture, and the nurture of Black doesn't define a culture, and the nature of African American is more than just the chocolate flavor.